Chrissy here from PopCultureMadness.com and ConcertBlogger.com with Butcher Babies. Can you introduce yourselves, please?
Hi, I'm Heidi.
Henry.
Thank you so much for joining me here at Mayhem. How are you enjoying the tour so far?
Oh, obviously, it's incredible. We've got... We didn't really know what to expect. We didn't know how we would be received, but it's just been an overwhelming sense of love, I guess you could say. Metal love. But it's definitely been incredible.
A lot of sweaty bodies and dust and madness. So, yeah, every day it's crazy.
I heard Camden was like especially hot the other day.
Yes.
That's like the home base for us. I heard.
It was, but it was really fun.
Nothing compares to Phoenix, though. It was 114 with direct.
Oh my
sunlight.
God.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the tour
we'll see.
holds.
So how's the turnout been for your set? Pretty good?
Every single day is madness.
Sea of people.
Yeah, you look and you usually can't see an end. It's really cool. You know, with the tents popped up, it's like you'll see just people in a tent
It's
and
just
people in a tent
faces.
and
It's
tent and
faces.
people. Yeah, just a lot of them and everyone having a good time, which is so fun.
There's a lot of energy right before we go on the stage, which just helps us get because we're getting pumped up for the show.
You guys have any pre-show rituals?
Oh yeah, we have our little
do a chant.
chant.
We do like a football team chant.
Yeah, it's just like, if you're a football team and you're getting ready for the big game, you have to, get in the huddle and get pumped up. And so we've been doing that for like the last 2 years. So if we don't do it, we have a bad show. So
The last time I caught you guys was out with One Eyed Doll and OTEP in Baltimore. So, yeah, so I mean, fill me in. What's been going on? I mean, Goliath came out. The feedback has just been incredible.
Marilyn Manson up through. We did a lot of East Coast and then up through all of Canada, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun, and we learned a lot, but it was in the dead of winter. Just
Yeah.
negative 40 degrees. But, for us, it was a great learning experience, and we had a blast. We had such a good time. And to tour with Marilyn Manson, that's huge.
That
So
was
we
it.
felt, obviously we felt very lucky, but at the same time, we were just like, we were out with a vengeance, I guess you could say, to prove something, and we're still doing that. And so it's fun.
yeah, we always go out with, that's exactly right. We always go out with something to prove. And we always go out with the intention of just killing every night. So it can be tiring sometimes.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, the feedback on the album has been incredible. Like, it's been positive. Does negative criticism ever affect you guys? Do you guys ever read into that?
No, because I'm doing what I love, and I don't really care. If someone else doesn't love it, I don't love every band. We don't love every band. So, and we don't expect everybody to like us. And that's fine. So I don't care. I mean, I've dealt with a lot worse than somebody saying something negative about what I do for a living or how I look. So that's like, peas compared to the big potatoes that we're frying.
If you don't have any negative feedback, then something's weird. That would be very odd to have just complete positive people and nobody saying a word about you. I mean,
Yeah, it would be odd to just have straight positive feedback. I feel like you'd probably be doing something wrong. Then it's not out to
and
the
you're
masses.
not pissing anyone off. I mean, come on, look at
Yeah,
us.
we wanna
We're
make
here
someone mad.
Yeah,
We're
we
in a
need
metal
some-
band.
We need some enemies.
That's hysterical. But no, it's true. I mean, that's the thing. If everything you read, it's like somebody's got to be not telling the truth somewhere. So.
Either that or nobody's really listening. So, or nobody's, nobody has an opinion. And I mean, we're all, raised to have an opinion, and we approve other people for, great. Congratulations, you have your own.
So can you take us in the recording process for Goliath and maybe pick one or two tracks in particular and tell me what the mindset was like in the studio?
Well, the interesting thing about this particular album is we worked with Josh Wilbur, producer, who's amazing, and he wanted to take a different approach to doing this. He wanted to do everything backwards. So we went into pre-production, sat down, we figured out which songs we wanted to do, and we ended up starting. Usually you start with drums first, and we went backwards and started with guitars first. So
It had to have been a bit of a challenge.
it wasn't at all. It was actually really seamless. We did everything in a month. We did vocals over the course of that month, but we did guitars, bass, and drums last.
Did you say you did all that in a month? That's
In a month. Goliath happened in a month, and
Yeah.
which was crazy for us because well, we actually pushed back the recording of the album to tour with Marilyn Manson. And so once we, of course, if a tour comes with Marilyn Manson, you're not going to say no, like fucking duh.
We didn't even have all the songs written yet.
Yeah, we didn't have everything written. So when we got back from the tour, the next day, we were in the studio and just worked every single day for hours on end to complete this record. One song in particular was the Death Surround. Death Surround for us was the very last song written by the band.
Almost didn't make it on the album.
Because it almost didn't happen in time, but we liked it so much, and so we pushed for it to happen, and we wrote it in a day.
I remember seeing Josh was like, oh, another song, like, please, I'm telling you, this song is going to be awesome. You got to put it, like, you got to convince him, and then it was just like, yeah.
Yeah,
and we see the crowds every day because we play that song live, and it's just, it destroys. So we were
so
right.
we're glad that made that one day that we decided to write the album.
You're totally right.
to write that song that it worked. So
I was giving him a bad time about that because we were always a big fan of him. He's like, oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, even within that process, are you ever surprised by which songs fans gravitate towards? Do you ever get a feeling that maybe it would have been something,
We had a general idea of what people were gonna like, and we were kind of right. We knew we were like, this song is gonna be the strongest. But the funny thing on this album is there is no clear favorite.
That's the thing, is every single one of us, we all have different tastes, and we all like a different song on the album. So when we all got together and we were trying to pick, the singles and this and that, it was interesting because we were, we all felt differently.
And we sat down with our label to choose like the single,
and they felt differently than
nobody had a favorite song. We're like, okay, it's stalemate. We're like,
it was because it
we
wasn't.
Have no idea.
It wasn't, and that's a great thing to have on an album. Yeah. Every single person having a different favorite, and every song being a good song rather than there's no song clear. Fave. So we actually felt really excited about the fact that we couldn't find the absolute favorite. So a couple of us had to bend for the single coming out, but
there were some arguments, there was some tension, but we figured it out.
That's good. So I know you guys are gonna play Rob Zombie's big Great American Nightmare thing. So what are you looking forward to with that? It sounds really cool. I'm so sad. I'm kind of sad it's in California and not here.
Yes.
We haven't played a Halloween show before. We played a bunch of Halloween parties and crashed them, but this is our first official Halloween show.
You think Butcher Babies?
Seriously, what?
A Halloween, but for us, we haven't done it, and so. What a better way to do it, to play a Halloween show. There's no better way than playing Rob Zombie's Great American Nightmare with Motionless in White. Like, that's huge. So for us, we're really excited. That's October 26th.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. So other than that, what types of touring and things do you have in store for the rest of the year?
We can't talk about the touring.
Oh, I know. Everybody says that.
Sorry. I know. It hasn't been released yet. So we can't talk about that, but we can talk about, we're playing Aftershock in Sacramento, California with...
Oh, that's the big one. That looks good.
Yeah, we're so excited. It's September 14th with Korn, Megadeth, Testament, In This Moment, Shinedown.
The mecca of a rock show.
It's a big one. Yeah,
and the next day is big too. That's a huge festival, so we're excited about that.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, what has been one of the craziest things that you've witnessed on Mayhem Festival this summer so far?
Aside from the giant circle pits every day, that's pretty much the most
scare me a little bit.
I've seen more drag on this tour than I've seen in West Hollywood.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is you'll see big rock stars, big metal dudes in full drag on. We had
funny.
prom.
Yeah, we had prom the other night, and there were several men, I say, big.
I heard about this.
Metal gods dressed as women, and it was amazing.
Well, we were sitting on our bus, and we were just getting ready for this thing, and in walks Rob Flynn in full
knocks on
beautiful
our door.
beautiful gown, hair and pigtails. He's like, I need makeup, and I figured Butcher Babies would have makeup. Duh. Course, and then came in and Carla did his makeup and he looked beautiful.
So he was prom queen,
and
winning. Henry ended up winning prom king.
Prom king.
So it was a cute match.
Yeah, good night. Good night.
That's adorable. I've heard these parties have just been off the hook.
Twice a week.
There was one last night. I'm very tired.
And twice a week they have these theme parties, and it's just outrageous fun. So, It's weird to think that this is almost over.
I
Such a
know.
bummer.
No, there's not. There's only a few days left, right?
Yeah,
Well,
don't
there's
say it.
There's a couple weeks, yeah.
And so, what are you going to miss the most?
The shows, hands down. I mean, everything's been great, but the shows, yeah.
So, what are some of your survival tips for?
Drink a lot of water and get a lot of sleep.
Yes.
That's those two things, and have fun. That's
Have a
the
good
thing, is
attitude,
have a good attitude, and really have fun, because this is the most incredible experience any band could ever have. And if you just take it for granted or don't have a good time or don't engage, and I mean, you're missing out. 'Cause this is a blast for us.
You guys are obviously witnessing the uprise of social media and the way that fans are interacting with bands, and we're learning about new music. How's that been an asset for you guys?
Well, the thing is that it's not really an uprise. We're in full effect with it. You know, it started with the MySpace days, and now I think with everything being so at your fingertips, you know, being able to see what your favorite rock stars are doing on a day-to-day basis, or being able to actually communicate with them, is something that I think as children we would have loved.
Yeah.
And any of us in our youth would have loved. And I think, you know, being able to tweet my, you know, Gwen Stefani back in the day and tweet her something, I think that to me would have been very important. And kids are able to do that today, and kids and adults, everyone's able to do that. And I think it makes you really feel a part of something. I think social media is, you know, obviously it was a dawn of a new era, but I think it's a huge importance to for bands to really latch onto that and take it, realize the importance of it.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it can be a double-edged sword sometimes, because the shroud of mystery has been lifted from around rock and roll.
Is that the mystery is kind of gone now? It's kind of an open door policy for everything, and fans are able to see everything, and you have to really try hard to keep the mystery there. But we've just kind of embraced.
I don't really care
that.
for the mystery, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't, because I'd rather have people know, the mystery. Oh, look, it's a blogger who looks like a cheerleader. Cool. But, when people get to actually see my personality and see different things that I represent on my various social medias, I'd rather that, and I'd rather them feel close to me because they see things that I go through on a day-to-day basis, and that I'm exactly like them. And it makes us more on a friend level than a fan and an artist level, which I'd rather be on a friend level.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is
Completely different approach, and you'd have to approach that completely early. It's just like when Korn first came out, you didn't know anything about that band. It was just this complete mystery, and he kept it that way. Now he's like Snoop Dogg. He's all over the place. But he's, it is something it's two paths you can go down, and we chose to be out there and very visual.
Yeah, it's a reason this band even exists. So.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, you mentioned the interaction with the fans and connecting with the fans. I mean, do you think that, you're kind of opening the door for a lot more female metal fans to kind of commit?
I hope so. I mean, it's
Not that they weren't there before, because they were,
There were always female fans, but I hope that we're helping in making it more accepted as it is, helping to try and make it more accepted for females to do metal as well, and to get up there and rock as hard as the boys do, if not harder. And there's been female musicians in the past that have paved the way for girls like myself and Carla to go up there and do what we do every day. And so if I can be a part of that movement, I mean, that to me, that's very important.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, it's just it's all music, and it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female singing. I mean, if you dig it, you dig it, and that's definitely, I look at it as a universal language. And is there anything in particular that you hope your music will say to listeners?
I mean, one thing we really feel is it's very important to be yourself, and not change for anybody, and not I guess give in to the social ways of anything. There's been several times in my life and all of our lives where they've told us no. They've told you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that because you don't look this way. Because you don't talk this way. Because you're not from here. You don't do this as a job. There's so many things that can tell you no. I mean, look, I'm I don't have tattoos, and I don't look like your typical metal person, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't.
I completely.
Yeah,
I look like a total metalhead.
Apple. but the thing is like that doesn't mean that we can't represent something that we love internally.
And it doesn't mean you can't do it. Like, you know, and you guys are obviously proving them wrong.
Metalheads. Seriously, like I grew up in just I'm such a metalhead. It's ridiculous, but I don't look like it. But
His parents are now. It's funny.
my parents are metalhead. My mom is becoming a metalhead. She's like criticizing our own album, like this song isn't heavy enough. I'm like, I want to.
Girl, where did
say,
you
I'm
come
like,
from?
Shut up, Mom. It is too. Like, but she's right.
It's rocking enough. What are you talking about?
She was giving good advice.
That's great. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes to speak with me. I appreciate it. Is there any comments you'd like to share with our site visitors or fans?
Well, we just want to say thank you for sticking with us for all these years. Goliath, was in the writing process for 4 years, so thanks for waiting, and we'll get you another one soon.
Yep.
Well, we definitely look forward to it. Definitely look forward to seeing a lot more of you guys on the road and everything. It's fantastic.
Really